Hello everyone, welcome to Svyadhyaya Tech channel. In my previous video, I explained about the installation and we saw that how to do the installation on the Ubuntu operating system. So now I'm going to explain MySQL key files. So what are the key files? What we are going to learn, what the key files will do, that we are going to learn here. So once we install the MySQL, so the MySQL create a one data directory. Okay, the data under the data directory we have a lot of files. Okay, the files is important for to run the MySQL without any issues. You see that we will get these many files under the data directory. So auto.cnf it store the server unique ID and this is for the replication purpose. Bin log, it's a binary log file. Okay, it will store in the transaction history and bin log index track all binary log files in a sequence mode. PEM files will be there. That will be certificate authorized files for SSL. So when you are going to do the secure shell things, securing your system, so PEM files will be used. Okay, client cert, even that SSL client certificate and key. So this debane flag is for the specific MySQL version marker. It will show the MySQL version. And so this is a double write buffer files. Okay, so this will use for the crash recovery. When database crashes happen, this will use for crash recovery purpose. Buffer pool, IB buffer pool stores buffer pool data for faster restarts. IB data one, it's a table space. It will store the metadata and system data. IB temp one, InnoDB temporary, table space for temporary data. InnoDB redo, so it's a directory for redo logs. Earlier we have two files, that is group of files, InnoDB log file 1, InnoDB log file 2. So now redo files are, it's a group of redo log files now. It is under InnoDB redo directory. This is for the crash recovery. This will be having the current transactions. InnoDB temp, temporary table space for storage directory for the InnoDB tables to sorting when the sortings happen. MySQL. So this is a system database with the MySQL metadata, and it will store all user related information and time zone, general log information and privileges information. So here it will be stored. This is a MySQL 96. This is a host name. Okay, the PID is a process ID. So when the MySQL will run, it will create a process ID on the OS level. By using that process ID, MySQL will run. So to track the process ID, so we can see .pid extension. So the extension file name will start with the host name. Okay, MySQL auto.cnf auto managed system configuration settings. I will be here. MySQL.ibd, so data directory table space. So this is a MySQL database, which is a system database that data directory information will be here. Performance schema, this is also one of the system database. It collects the server performance metrics. SYS, this is also one of the system database. It collects the views and procedure for performance monitoring. So PEM files, again here PEM files for the certificate and key purpose. So we'll use some secure things enable. When the secure things enable, we'll use the certificates files. Undo files. This is a undo table space. Transaction logs, old images, old information or old images will be stored here. This is also for our crash recovery purpose. Essential files for MySQL again. So there are the essential files for managing our database. Error log. So error log is for records MySQL server events, errors, and warnings for troubleshooting the if any issues will happen, troubleshooting the MySQL server. The default location var log MySQL error log. It will be var log MySQL. Under var log MySQL, the name of error log it will store. If you want, we can change the name error log and we can keep into in a configuration file and restart. So the name will be changed. Purpose helps identify issues like startup failure or crashes. If any crashes and startup failures, everything will be written in the error log. By seeing the error information, we can see what happened for the server, why it is not starting the server. We can see that. So major is a configuration file. It is a central file. Configure MySQL server settings like ports, memory, data directory, and performance related parameter values. So we'll keep everything under the my.cnf file. Okay. So .cnf is an extension. So based on the operating system and version, so the file name will be changed. So .cnf is an extension for the Linux, and .ins is a Windows. Okay, so it will be under etc MySQL or MySQL under my.cnf. Okay, so here we can see that. Additionally, sometimes so based on the operating system, etc MySQL MySQL.cnf conf.d folder, it will be available. The purpose of this my.cnf is customizing or so MySQL behavior and optimize performance. So make the performance and optimizing the server performance, we have to uh, add the information, like add the resources uh, in the configuration file, like parameters. In the parameters we have to assign the memory values, how much RAM has to assign for InnoDB buffer pool size, connection pools, connections, how many connections we can provide. All these things will be in a my.cn. Socket file. Socket file, a file used for local connection. So when we are doing locally the MySQL connection, so when you are connecting to the server SQL prompt, so it will read the socket file for local communication to for fast connection. Okay, so server without a network, it is not possible, right? So whenever the server is connecting, client is connecting server, so socket file is important. Without socket file, it will not create. So the socket file and process ID file will keep on change. Okay, it will when you restart the server, it will disappear, and when you start the server, it will appear again. It will create a new files. So for the socket file, default location is where on MySQL, MySQL is sock like this, it will be there. The purpose of socket file is enable the efficient local database connection locally when you are connecting on the server side. It will be here. Thank you. View, share, and subscribe the video. Thank you so much.